white middle-aged bald man in hipster glasses stands in front of what is clearly a green screen of places he's never been. He wouldn't look out of place in a yurt.
Hello, my name's Conor. I'm your bendiologist, your flex coordinator and your creative contemplation consultant. Welcome to the No Spoons yoga class. No Spoons yoga is a disabled-led yoga class. That means it's been made for and by a person with a disability. Me. I was struck down with fibromyalgia! I always find it best if you introduce your long-term chronic health conditions like you're introducing an American wrestler. Breaks that palpable tension that occurs when you say the name of your illness and it has just too many syllables to be anything other than shite and possibly contagious. Anyone fancy a hug?
A messy spare room. There is a green screen, yoga mat, plants, and displayed on a small table are the leftovers from a relationship with a committed hippie.
Welcome again to the No Spoons yoga class, a somewhat manageable yoga class for people with chronic health conditions. 1 in 5 in the UK have chronic health disabilities. 80% of them have invisible disabilities. So that means there's a lot of us, so please do like, subscribe and share. We want to get the word out there. Okay, I've mentioned disability 5 times in under a minute. That should get rid of most of the able-bodied folk. We can be ourselves. Don't have to hold that yoga pose. You know that, look at me, I'm so centered. Here, you're not going to get flex shamed by some pretzel Pete or have your downward dog judged by some foldable Fiona. Actually, this was meant to be the first class, but obviously not cheating, a reasonable adjustment in the workplace. But yeah, today was either, you know how it goes, it's either or, but not both kind of days. You know, like a eat biscuits and don't hate yourself kind of day. My favourite kind of days. Obviously, the room isn't ready. You know how it goes, a flare up here, a flare up there, and suddenly it's next year and you still haven't decided which paint colour to choose.
A wall covered in colour samples of predictably hippie-ish tones.
Let me know which one you like in the comments below. I know, I look like a slightly depressed Moby that's had a bit of an ayahuasca accident. I've actually used that on my Bumble profile. Do you hear my dad joke? What's the most spiritual of sandwiches? The namaste on rye. I feel shame.
Conor's profile from the dating app, Bumble.
One of the reasons I call this the No Spoons yoga class was because the whole spoony thing. Personally, I can find spoony a bit of a triggering word, especially like when able-bodied people use it. Like, oh, how many spoons do you have today? I'd give you mine if I could. Would you? That'd be fantastic. Dishes, hoovering, any of that stuff. Mwah! So much better than that meaningless platitude. Peaceful thoughts. Cats that can use human toilets. And now let's... Actually, a vegetarian is attacking broccoli. Okay, calm now, better. One of the problems with spoon theory is that spoons aren't a standardised unit of measurement once you get past the baking world. Like, your grapefruit spoon might be somebody else's spork. And some of us have been burdened with the worst spoon of all, the slotted spoon. Which one's your favourite? Let us know in the comments below. So the idea behind the no spoons class was you wouldn't spend any of your precious spoons doing the class, you know, where you can kind of show up in yesterday's underpants and a 10-year-old t-shirt that's more fray than shirt. Walls, chairs, all legitimate. Yoga mats, a mere suggestion. You can colour outside the lines if you want. So it's not a one-size-fits-all program. It's more of a way of finding your edges. Before we start properly, I would like to talk about better. For many years I pursued better, and I made one regular mistake, particularly in the arena of expectation management. I would go into these new adventures in wellness with a mindset, quite hopeful, enthusiastic one, what I came to call a Kickstarter mindset. Now, if you're not familiar with Kickstarter, it's an internet thing. It's a bit like Dragon's Den, but instead of getting 10% of a company, you get 10% off your first purchase and a sticker. Now the projects, they're really well put together. They've got mission statement, hip ethics, a killer promo video. This is your chance to come in at the ground floor of the revolution in nasal hair care. But months later, a less than favourable uptake, and I can feel for them. It's hard to stay enthusiastic about bacon-scented soap or wine bottle condoms or inflatable Lionel Richies. And they've come to realise that their deadlines were unrealistic. There was problems with the supply chain. The ship crate got stolen by pirates. Their dog ate their spreadsheet. And they'll hope you'll understand, and they're committed to getting your product directly to you as soon as that ship gets out of the Suez Canal. I had to wait an extra 3 months for my inflatable Lionel Richie. I can't criticise them, I do the same. Like, this was meant to happen during the downtime. Like, I was proper sure I'd get some Joe Wick money. Yeah, but my bubble was burst before it was blown, so, you know, I spent lockdown not talking about that. Like them, I go into each new class with my hope piped up, like, this is the day when it starts. This is it. This is going to happen every day. I was so committed, I even bought yoga pants, real yoga pants. But eventually, the pace, the intensity, the repetitiveness would catch up with me and stuff would happen. Back then, I hadn't learned how to deal with my chronic calculus or how to factor in my fatigue fractions. That stuff's for another class. Coming soon-ish. Now, I'd like to talk about meditation. There are a lot of books about meditation, very complicated books, but I believe meditation is simply lazy yoga. And if we break it down in its smallest parts, it's breathing and ignoring stuff. We're all very good at breathing. We've been doing it since day one. Ignoring stuff, I'm good at. Now, in another universe, in another world, I deliver yoga-themed disability awareness training seminars to able-bodied hipsters who work in niche boutiques and are very forward-thinking employers. Now, for that meditation, for that class, I created a meditation, a very simple one. After all, we're dealing with hipsters. And I made it so that it was just 3 breaths long. And to make sure they weren't distracted, I would give them a word to think of for each breath. The words were listen, learn, reflect. You know, your basic empathy starter kit. Now, I was a bit surprised when I got positive feedback about it. So I thought I'd give it a go myself. But I thought I'd make it into something more useful for my life. I've already full of empathy. And at the time, all I really wanted to do was be able to get off the floor without having a cry. You know, your basic life stuff. For this meditation, I'm going to simply ask you to breathe. Not complicated, just in and out like your body normally does. Takes care of it wonderfully. And I'll give you 3 short phrases to think of, 1 for each breath. This meditation was originally called a meditation for better life, for other people. Remember, we were dealing with hipsters. So, please, if you'd like to join in, close your eyes if you're comfortable. Let your body soften. Lean into the slump and let's begin. On the first breath, I would like you to think of the phrase, I'm not okay. On the second breath, I would like you to think of the phrase, that's okay. On the third and final breath, I would like you to think of the phrase, be gentle. You can open your eyes. Congratulations, you've done a meditation. Do that once a day and you'll be Buddha in no time. Okay. So that brings us to the end of the first No Spoons yoga class. I hope you enjoyed yourself. If you have, please put an Om in the comments below and remember to like, subscribe and share because the algorithm's a bit. And more No Spoons yoga classes will be up on the Indoors Too Much YouTube channel. If you'd like to join us over there, the next class will be on the most misunderstood of the yoga poses, the couch and the slouch. And remember, No Spoons yoga is 50% less likely to cause you to try real yoga. Nama, have a nice day.